Okay, before I start the video, this is a request from one of my subscribers. If you're watching this, your wish has been granted. Thank you for the request. If anyone wants to send me requests for more Halloween movies or TV shows, put it in the comments below. So anyways, straight out of nowhere, Scooby Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. Now, I've been wanting to watch this movie for a while now. And since it was added to HBO Max, I finally watched it. And I gotta say, I really loved this movie. It was actually way better than I thought it would be. Finally, I get to review a good movie for once after reviewing the crappy Monsters movie, which I hope, Harry Thomas Pictures does a rant on that movie. I hope. And I gotta say, this actually, really, my expectations for this, when I watched the trailer for this, they were really high. And after I watched it, boy, it was actually better than I thought it would be. And it actually did a good job, being an actual movie than the fucking Monsters movie did. For starters, this is a crossover between two different cartoons. Since they both have cowardly dogs in them, I just love, the animation style they have, including the animation for Courage as well, which proves how true they kept it true to the franchise they paid respect to. And of course, there's Easter eggs from, each episode of Courage, which proves that, how much they respected the franchise and how much, they actually cared about Courage's past. In which they also include, the little cicada monsters in there as well. Everything else I loved. And the plot, I'm not going to talk about the plot, but I just loved it. And of course the climax itself, I really enjoyed. I even love the interactions, Scooby has with Courage as well. Plus the rest of the characters as well. You already know them. Eustace, Muriel, all of them. Well, yeah, they also had some CGI as well, including, the little cicada bugs. That was only for one part. It was actually good. I mean, the CGI was not bad. It didn't look like something straight up an old video game. But it was something that they didn't really need to add to it. But everything else, I loved it. I even loved the fact they included Courage's computer in there as well. And of course the running gag with Eustace as well. This movie actually proves, Scooby Doo can actually have a good direct-to-DVD movie for once in a while. After a few stinkers the franchise had, this actually really put Scooby back on the map. After over, how many decades he's been around. Sure, with a few franchises that had their ups and downs, like, Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry. Especially Tom and Jerry, which maybe I hope they can actually learn from this movie. Overall, straight out of nowhere, Scooby Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog is probably, a perfect example of how to do a crossover. I don't know if I could say probably the best one ever since, the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, I believe. But it's actually way better than, the Simpsons Family Guy crossover. I don't know if I might do a rant on that someday. Maybe, who knows. Makes me wonder what other Cartoon Network franchise Scooby-Doo could do a crossover with someday. Who knows, maybe we could do the crossover with Dexter's Laboratory, I don't know, Ed and Eddie. Well, of course, looks like I'm about to give, straight out of nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog, 10 out of 10. I don't know if they're gonna review Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. Maybe someday, I don't really know. But for now, let's get to, the next movie I'm going to review tomorrow night. Of course, we already moved on from one famous cartoon character to another. So we now leave the town of nowhere as we close the book on, Scooby-Doo. And of course, now we're going to get to another cartoon icon, Casper the Friendly Ghost. So stay tuned for that.